Okay, so once again, I'm going to work on dealing with running into art block, just kind of like writer's block. You just got drawing block. You're drawing and drawing and drawing. You draw and draw and draw. Nothing's happening. It's not working how you want it to. Everyone gets this. So if you're just learning how to draw, you're new to this whole art thing, and you go, oh my goodness, I can't think of anything to draw. I must not cut out to be an artist. Nobody can draw all the time. Don't feel bad. We all do it. We all have that particular trial to face and overcome. So I'm going to practice drawing here, trying to work through something that I always have a block about, and that is Eastern or Asian style dragons. I have a terrible time with them. I don't know why. I want to get better, so I'm just going to work. So the big thing to learn how to conquer this is to play with this type of drawing, which is called silhouettes. You still do your doodling, but you are not worried about detail at all. No detail. If you start thinking about detail, just tell your brain, no, stop it. No detail today. And silhouettes have this cool effect of, I mean, it looks like you spent forever on them, and really you were just playing around, trying out something new, making a cool line and going, hey, that looks kind of neat. I think I'll go with that. So I'm going to give my guy two little legs here. Maybe he's got those really spindly long feet. I'm not the best at those, but that's what practice is for. And everyone's got something that they have mental blocks about. I know some people who can't draw noses. And that same person can draw a hand that someone else sits and starts crying whenever they realize they have to draw a hand. It just happens. So maybe he's got a little arm coming out here. It's a weird angle for an arm. Not favorite. But the idea with a silhouette is you're just working very quickly. Make some little curly claws here. And you are doing everything in your power not to get lost in detail. You're just looking at an overall form, an overall shape. And again, it looks like you spent so much time thinking about it and getting all this stuff in there when really you're like, well, sure, I did that. Yeah, of course. I mean, who doesn't do that? You notice I'm not really drawing in a bunch of practice lines. I'm not figuring out the exact anatomy. I'm just playing with shapes. There's a little Eastern dragon. That doesn't look too bad there. And if your silhouette has a funny spot, then you fix that. But you know what this guy needs? He needs little spiky things. Do I care what they're made of? No, but it's just a silhouette. So let's try one, doing something different. Let's try, you know, I always have trouble making them stand correctly. So I'm going to have a head down here. You notice I still start with a circle. And they have these little upturned snouts. And I love the way that some artists give them these, kind of like a deer or a horse-like ear. Amazing. Maybe this guy's really curled up. That's interesting. Kind of a chubby one this time around. And I'm trying to get lost in detail, so I immediately go in, I make my brush bigger, and I just start filling it in. If I'm going to get lost in detail, I'm going to commit to whatever crazy detail I just put in, and I'm not going to worry about it, because if I worry about it, I will go a little crazier than I already am. Well, got enough of that going on, so let's see. He's got to have a leg back here. Brush is a little big. He's got his little long little feet. They're much more cat-like, I think, than Western or more high fantasy dragons, you know, the Smog type, the St. George and the Dragon. Look at Eastern dragons and I'm like, you know, the biggest predator they have around there is like a tiger or a snow leopard, and you can totally see it. You're like, yeah, I see where they got sort of that look from a little bit. If that's true or not, I don't know. But sometimes these things interesting to think about. So really long, really. There we go. Now he's got kind of hard to tell that that is a dragon. So let's. I love their whiskers. These crazy, those long whiskers that just. You just want to play with them. I mean, I know you can't, but you're like, man, that must be a fun thing. Fix the point of the tail here. They are very long. And maybe I could do some other ones. Maybe this one's flying. Has little legs there. Little arm coming down. And there's another arm out here batting at something. Little face. Oh, that one kind of turned out a little bit more. Little western, little top heavy there. So again, the entire idea with silhouettes is, again, it's not to sit there and beat yourself up saying, why can't I draw this? No, the whole idea is to break out of your rut. If you're trying to come up with poses for a character, any kind of character, or an object, a car, whatever, sit down and do a whole bunch of little silhouettes, and you might find one you like. And you can take and change one of these into a finished drawing fairly easily without too much sad time involved. Maybe I'm looking at this and I'm going, you know, what if I give him, you know, crazy horns? Crazy horns, spikes, why not? Put a little couple whiskers here. And again, it's just about practicing and getting a feel for it and not getting caught up in it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I will try to have more entertaining videos to teach you new and exciting ideas next time. If you have any questions or something that you would like to see, leave a comment and I will try to get to it. Have a good night.